day today. That's what I want to do. But unfortunately, I can't. Not until at least next week. More details on that later. Just now, I almost hit a deer. You know how deers, they walk around, sometimes they'll hide, and then as soon as they see the headlights, because they're afraid the headlights are going to go directly into them, they run out in the middle of this road. You know, the term, like getting caught like a deer in the headlights. Well, that's the same term I'm going to use about, and literally, the deer was literally caught in my headlights, but it almost got hit, and almost met the headlights. Well, this is literally the same term for Joel Olsteen. Okay, Joel Olsteen is like a deer got caught in the headlights. Okay, you ain't really guilty of anything, but you are. All right, and that's how he looked when he was exposed. When his organization lied and said that the area their church had been flooded, or the area around their church was flooded, when it was just simply wet. There was no flood in this area where his church was. And then he backpedaled and said, we welcome everybody. We were just preparing. Yeah, of course he says it after the fact. And then I just heard that they were trying to collect donations from flood victims. You know, and his wife really didn't look like and I saw a video of part of that. She didn't look too cheerful about that, about them being there. You know, but nevertheless, you know, Olsteen. I hate to say, I actually saw Joel Olsteen myself about 3 years ago. About 3-4 years ago, I saw Joel Olsteen right out here at National Stadium, where the Washington Nationals play, and he did a big 2-hour sermon. It wasn't a bad sermon, but you know, Joe Olsteen actually is not actually a legitimate pastor, though. I mean, you know, at least he didn't start out that way, and that's according to what he said himself. But what is that fool doing? And nevertheless, Joe Olsteen got caught. He got exposed like a deer getting caught in the headlights. And right now, it's not boding well for him in terms of his credibility or reputation. His reputation is tarnished right now based on what a lack of support for the flood victims down in his Houston area where he resides at the Lakewood Church. You know, it's ridiculous. And to sit there and say, well, you know, our church is flooded and all that, it was a crock of shit. They knew the whole time that the church wasn't flooded. They didn't want any people in there. Then they weren't going to welcome any flood victims to stay at the church. They were not going to do it. You know, and one of the YouTuber down there that lives down there says that Joel Olsteen not only makes $50 million a year, generally $50 million a year. He lives in an exclusive neighborhood in the Houston area where they got their own police department. And you just can't walk up over there or run up over there. You know. But, you know, for some reason, I had a feeling about him about 3 years ago when I went to see him at National Stadium. I just had that feeling, you know. And he's a great orator. You got to give him credit for that. But if you listen to a lot of what he says, he doesn't talk a lot about the Bible in his teachings. He do talk about it, but he veer off of it many times over. You know. But I don't know. I'm just kind of like, kind of fell off with him after that. I mean, I know there are people that are going to defend Olsteen, but after that, there's no defense as far as I'm concerned. You're supposed to be about a man of God, and yet you make every excuse turn down the people. Can't roll with you like that, man. Just can't. Also, I'm on this new diet, and this is the second day of it, and already it's kicking my ass. The only thing, and I won't say much about it other than the fact that they require you to eat a ton of food, and already it's kicking my ass. I'm not kidding. I ate 3 meals and two snacks, and I didn't even get through the second snack. I'm being totally honest. I could not even get through it. And I told my wife, I said, it's a lot of food. But she says that she didn't eat as much didn't have as much to eat as I did. But then I could have sworn the first couple of weeks I saw her eating all that food. I was like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I was thinking about, I said, man, maybe long back for Nutrisystem, man, because Nutrisystem, they give you a lot of food. But during the breakdown of the month that you have it, it's not like you're eating a lot of food. Matter of fact, you're really not. You are, but you're not. You're eating portion-sized food. This food goes beyond portion, like a portion and a half to 2 portions. But it's more vegetable and fruit-oriented, but they also give you plenty of protein. And that protein is healthy for what I do in terms of exercise and stuff, but damn. And I'm like, oh my God. And this is no joke. This morning I had an egg white omelet on wheat toast. I didn't actually have toast, or maybe I should put toast. I put it in a wrap, in a form of a wrap. And I'm here to tell you right up front, this is no joke. I could barely eat it. I ate 3 bites this morning. I could barely get through it. And I think one of the reasons why, because I'm not hungry. I've been drinking a lot of fluids, and even they encourage you to drink a lot of water. But it's like, it's not a bad diet. It's a very healthy diet, but it's just they just give you a lot of it to eat. And even with the wraps, there's like I had to make a ham wrap, and the ham wrap was just so full of meat, and they give you lettuce and all of that. And but I'll be honest, I didn't put any type of I didn't add too much condiment in it, although they do have you put it in the meat itself. The sandwich itself, but it just wasn't a lot of it, which is fine by me. But it's like they give you so much of it. It's like, I told my wife, I said, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this diet. I've already paid for it, but I'm going to be serious. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this diet. I'll see what happens after seconds. I got another appointment on Saturday, so this might be a tougher diet than the diet I was on before. At least with Nutrisystem, they break down the meals for you, and you have 5 meals a day, but they're not large quantity meals. It's prepackaged portion-sized meals that make sense. This, although it makes sense, it's just more of it than I need. It's like, wow. Honestly, I told my wife, I don't even know how you got through that. She lost over 25 pounds on this diet, doing just that. But she claims her meals wasn't that big. I was like, they look bigger than me. They really did, but she did have a lot of vegetables and stuff in her meals too. Fruits and vegetables, and I don't know. I told her honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through it. I hope I can, and I'm gonna make every effort in my ability to get through the diet. But man, it's just a lot of food. You should see the sizes I got for the meals that I had to make last night. And that's the other thing. I have to actually make those meals separately for each meal. And they had to buy a ton. I had to buy, literally, there's no joke, I bought a ton of groceries. And this is just the first week. Yeah. This is just the first week. I'm already out of some of the things already. And I was like, well, I'll be damned. And You don't even want to know how much the first week of their groceries cost me already. It's a very, very expensive diet. I thought Nutrisystem was bad. But the thing of it is, I had to pay a startup fee to get into this diet plan. And then I turned around, had to buy groceries the same day, which cost me extra in addition to what I spent. And then I got to turn right back around by the end of the month and pay a bill on it for the monthly basic fee. You don't even want to know how much that totals. You really don't want to know. This is insane. But I hope it works. I'm going to tell you right now, if it don't work, I will be off this plan. Because right now, I maintain that I don't want to go overboard eating this year, and I'm not going to do it. Real talk. Now, if I have to make adjustments on it myself to get adjusted to this plan, I will. But right now, it's like, I don't know. We'll see. I like the plan personally because it does involve a lot of vegetables and fruits. But to be honest, the first 2 days I haven't ate any fruits in this plan. Not one. I barely got. Well, there are some vegetables involved in it, but not a lot of fruits. You know, not a lot of whole grains other than the wheat wrap. You know, and vegetables. That's it. You know, but there's a lot of protein involved though. And tonight, my dinner tonight is going to be a hell of a lot more protein. Like I told my wife, I'll be lucky if I could get through breakfast, because right now the breakfast sandwich that I got is huge. And they want you to make it as a toast, but I made it as a wrap. And I'm glad I made it as a wrap, because I hate to see what happened. I made it as a wheat toast sandwich. I don't think I would have got through it. And then there's no condoms involved with that. I told my old lady I'm going to put some jelly or something in that because I didn't put any Mrs. Dash on it. I didn't put any seasoning on it. I didn't put no ketchup or anything on it at all. It's just plain out plain. And I guess because I'm used to the diet that I was on before, where they give you like the small size portions, that was fine with me. This right here is just another beast. And like I said, I'll be lucky if I can get through it. You know, be very, very lucky if I can. I want to definitely try it. It's going to be a pain in the rear, but I'm going to try it out. And they do require that you eat it. I ain't going to lie, I can't. It's so much, I'm saying. It's ridiculous, but I'll get through it, I guess. And I'll let you know what's going on with it. That's it. I'll see. Alright guys, this is DJ Wolf, back in the grind. Of course, questions and comments for all to hear TV, for all to hear on YouTube, for all to hear on Twitter, for all to hear on Facebook, DJ Wolf online at yahoo.com, DJ Wolf Live on Facebook. This is DJ Wolf. That's all I got for right now. Of course, I got more to say about this and other stuff on the back burner. I'll talk to you guys later. I am out.